Hi, I'm Kelsey. I'm at the Beacon Street Tavern, and today I'm making a spiced cranberry and blood orange punch, which I like to call the Serenity Now punch, which you'll see why later. So the first step is to get all of your elements ready the night before. And this is a great punch if you're having a bunch of guests, so you don't have to sit and bartend all the party. You can actually enjoy the party yourself. So I'm taking 4 cups of cranberry juice, and I like to use 100% cranberry juice. Don't use a cranberry cocktail because it's a little too sweet. And what I do is I put it in a saucepan. I'm going to put 3 cinnamon sticks in the cranberry juice, bring it to a boil, and shut off the heat. And that way the cinnamon sticks spice the cranberry juice and make it this mulled, kind of delicious, almost like a cider. And just let that come down to room temperature. Now next is my best tip for a party punch. Instead of using ice, which will melt and dilute the punch as the night wears on, I actually make an ice block made out of juice. And what this is 2 cups of this mulled cranberry juice that we already made, plus 2 cups of blood orange juice. And just pop this into a freezer-safe bowl and put it in the freezer overnight. And you should yield this nice round block of ice. So as your party wears on, the punch doesn't dilute and instead is flavored with the juice. All right, so let's get together the elements for the punch. So here I have 750 milliliters of a tawny port. There's a lot of elements to this punch, and you really won't taste it if it's not the best of quality. And then I'm going to use 750 milliliters of brandy. You can also use cognac, but brandy is generally a little less expensive. Now this seems really boozy, which is why I call it Serenity Now punch. When you're having a bunch of relatives over who may be a little bit ornery around the holidays, this punch will make everybody a bit more amicable and tolerable during your holiday gathering. Next, I have blood orange juice, and I'm putting in 2 cups of blood orange juice. And the remaining 2 cups of our mulled cranberry juice that we previously made. Now lastly, I like to add a little bit of a different element, a little bit of bitterness, and so I'm using orange bitters. You can often find blood orange bitters, but if you can't find that to complement the blood orange juice, just use regular orange bitters. And since this is such a large punch, I'm going to put in about a teaspoon. So what we're going to do is mix this all together, and you can chill it overnight. You don't want to add a cold block of ice to room temperature liquid because your ice will melt faster. You want to add it to a cold liquid. So pop this in the refrigerator, and we'll come back and we'll add our ice and garnish our punch. Now our punch has been thoroughly chilled, and we're taking our block of iced juice and just carefully slide it into the punch. This could be a bit persnickety because you don't want to splash it all over yourself. Ah, success. Okay. See, now this will slowly melt and not dilute the punch. I just like to garnish with some fresh whole cranberries. I think they look really pretty floating in the punch. And if you can find blood oranges, sometimes there's only certain times of year that you can get them fresh in the grocery store. I would suggest to cut blood orange rings. However, they weren't available in my local grocery store, so I'm using regular orange slices. And there you have it, Serenity Now punch.